Hey, I got a pretty good video that's about to load. I've already finished it, and I included a lot of Jamie and Holly Ann's stuff at the end. That really was a lot of stuff that I bounced off of also. It was great to go through their comments. It's great to always go through all of y'all's comments. But one thing I didn't really get into, again, were all the timelines. And remember November 8th is that square, Sun and Moon Square. And November 8th would be the movie Tenet going backwards, 10/10, October 10th, moving backwards to 9/11, then moving forwards from 10/10, get you to November 8th, which would be during all of the chaos, which might be when they might shut down the internet, or excuse me, social media and YouTube, and even cell phone service, because of all the rioting that they would cause. It's potential. At least shut down YouTube and social net. The way in other words, we wouldn't be able to communicate day after the election, let's say, and then Trump would get shot. I'd never be able to talk to y'all again about it. Once that would take place, of course, they would keep everything shut down, would head on into martial law. We might be into martial law. They're speculating that the martial law might go ahead and start up because of the election controversy anyway. And there's people, calling for martial law, from the Trump side, the Q side. And that crazy guy, the conspiracy theory, Alex Jones, he was like, we need to go to martial law. When they pointed out that Alex Jones used to tell you that we were eventually going to have martial law and that it was a bad thing. And now he's calling for martial law if Trump loses the election because, so you just never know. But one thing I thought about that reason why I made this video is because we are looking at timelines. And of course there is there's 11/11, which they've always talked about 11/11 Make-A-Wish, which means does he go down November 10th or the 9th? 11/9 is the reversal of 9/11. That's another one. 11/7 is Revelation 11:7 concerning rising out of the bottomless pit. So 11/5 could be a day. 11/6 could be a day. But if you rise on the third day, 11/5 would be big for that. Or he would just go to the bottomless pit and begin his rising on 11/7. So all those dates are big. Or like I gave you the 11/8 date, which was the perfect square. Now, again, the square, which is about chaos, that could be the day after. So who knows? 11/11 Make-A-Wish, they've always said in the New Age occultic, world that they did in music videos and so forth. And then December 14th is that big. Now, remember, I gave you 11/18 was 59 days after Christian Bale's character dies in real life. So 11/17 or 11/18, actually 11/18, November 18th would be 59 days after this year's winner of Le Mans. And this was the 88th running of the Le Mans race. So November 18th is still a big date. And then the full eclipse, solar eclipse, on December 14th, which sits right in the middle of the two eclipses that make the X, the exact day, the exact middle day. And then there, of course, I do show you a date, why December 22nd on the video that's about to load. If today's time change, when you fall backwards to 9/11, the exact amount of days moving back forward, then kind of the Tenet theory would take you to December 21st, 22nd-ish. So those are big. But the video that's loading, that's the last rat standing and a lot of other stuff. It's good. But the reason I made this video again, I'm sorry, I keep getting off track. We thought we were, I told you in that video that they scammed us pretty good. The Day of the Dead. Well, the Day of the Dead runs through November 2nd. And remember, the last tower fell 10:28 and 22 seconds. And November 2nd, that's 11 times 2 is 22. And it fell at 10:28 and 22 seconds. 22 seconds. They always specifically say 22 seconds. And I showed y'all that in those videos at two different websites. Had it 10:28, 22, 10:28, 22. So 22 is 2 times 11, or 11 times 2. And the Day of the Dead goes through 11 too. So I still think iPet Goat might not have scammed us if he goes down on 11. So even though he rises up on that full moon, it was a full moon he goes through. But that full moon is just waning on the 2nd. So anyway, it's just something to think about. And we can also go through his whereabouts on these days, because he's doing nothing. Oh, that's not 31st, that's the 1st. So tomorrow, he goes to Michigan. Then he's going to go to Washington, Michigan. MI is Michigan, right? Make America Great Again rally. Washington, Michigan. Michigan Sports Park. Now, of course, tomorrow is NFL Sunday, and that's when Bain and all of that nuclear thing took place, where the big scene with Bain was at a football game. So tomorrow the football games will be being played. Michigan all day then. Now, then he goes to Iowa tomorrow. So it's Michigan, Iowa. Maybe the clone goes to one, he goes to the other. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. Then he's going to North Carolina, or one of them is. North Carolina, North Carolina. So tomorrow's full moon is also, in play. It's still a big moon tomorrow. When you look at it tomorrow, it'll basically be round. When you look at it in iPet Goat, is it not perfectly round? Do I have two iPet Goats pulled up? It looks perfectly round, but if it's off just a little. God, it's so loud. Sorry. Looks perfectly round, which obviously that would have been. No, that could be cryptic still. Tomorrow still counts. It's the Day of the Dead, and it's going to be a big fat moon tomorrow night too. And it won't be a horribly unround moon. It'll just be a little oblong by the second. But that's just interesting. Just something to look for. So, and then he comes to Florida tomorrow. Then he goes to Georgia. Rome, Georgia. Ooh. Then he goes to Miami. Opelika, Florida. Hilarious. And then November 2nd, Fayetteville, Pennsylvania, Michigan. What happened? What happened to this guy? It shows that it's still recording. Did I not have all this on share screen or something? Or did I lose my share screen? Oh, boy. Anyway, y'all can visualize it, right? All right, love y'all. I'm going to run this one first and then the other one next.